Hello and welcome. This is Prashant. I'm an English teacher. This video lesson is prepared for the students of class 11 of NCERT or first PUC students. In this video today, I'm going to discuss a story with you, The Gentleman of the Jungle, written by Yomo Kenyatta. I will be dealing with this story in three parts. The first, the story, this episode. The second episode is interpretation. The third one is for question and answers. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe so that you will get the notification updates as and when I post a new lesson. Let us know the story before we interpret that. It is important to know the story, isn't it? The Gentleman of the Jungle by Yomo Kenyatta. Generally, we talk about the author before we begin a story or a lesson. Here, I would like to do it at the end with a purpose. I will let you know what is the purpose at the end. This story is told in the form of a fable. You know what is a fable? Fable is a fictitious story. It is intended to enforce some truth. Usually, it has animals and birds as its characters. This is also done in the similar way. This may remind you of many Panchatantra stories that you heard or learned or read since your childhood. Let us start knowing the story, The Gentleman of the Jungle. It begins in a traditional way of storytelling. You know what is that? Once upon a time. Once upon a time, an elephant made a friendship with a man. This is the story of the Gentleman of the Jungle. Once upon a time, an elephant made a friendship with a man. A man had a hut in jungle. In the jungle he was living. It was raining heavily. The elephant came to the man, asked for some help. He asked the man to keep his trunk inside the hut. The man said, "Dear good elephant, there is very little space in my hut. You can keep your trunk inside the hut, that's all." And allowed the elephant to keep the trunk inside the hut. The elephant kept the trunk inside the hut, slowly began to sneak into the hut and occupied the hut or entered the hut completely and threw the man out in the rain. It was raining heavily, thunderstorm, the torrential rain, but the man was thrown violently out of the hut. Then the elephant said, "My dear man, my skin is very delicate. You have a harder skin so that you can bear the rain and stand out. I have to protect my delicate skin by sitting inside the hut." This led to some dispute. The man began to complain. There was a discussion, heated debate between these two. It was going on. They were fighting. All other animals in the jungle were watching this. It was a kind of entertainment for them. At that point of time, the lion came in, the king of the jungle. He said, "How dare you to disturb the peace of the kingdom?" The lion wanted to know the reason why these two were fighting. The elephant said, "There is no dispute or there is no quarrel. We are only having a discussion about the possession of this hut, to whom this hut belongs to. That is the discussion." "Well," the lion said, "in that case, Let us have a commission of inquiry. Let us appoint a commission of inquiry and go through the case thoroughly. Then the elephant, who was one of the ministers in the kingdom, was asked to appoint a commission of inquiry. The elephant obeyed. But the man was surprised actually. But the man was told by the lion, that he should not worry. The commission of inquiry will go through the case thoroughly and give the judgment. Naturally, his heart would be returned to him. He was assured. So the commission of inquiry was appointed. Who are the members? Rhinoceros, fox as the chairman of the committee, many other animals, leopard as a secretary. They were all animals. The commission of inquiry consisted of these members. All of them are animals. This made man really angry. But he did not express his anger. But he asked, is it not appropriate, necessary to add a man in the commission of inquiry? Because the dispute is between the man and an elephant, or the elephant. But he was told, dear good man, the lion said, it was not necessary to include a man in the commission of inquiry because the man could not understand the intricacies or complexities of the jungle law. That's the reason why he is left out. He was once again assured that the judgment would be done fairly. All these members of the commission were reputed for giving the judgment impartially. They were the men or the animals chosen from God to give justice. So the man was told that he would be given justice, or the case would be gone through thoroughly, and he would be given justice. But man could not argue further because all these animals were powerful. Before their power, man is nothing. That's the reason why he kept mum. The commission of inquiry was formed, and they sat to hear. They called in the elephant first. The elephant began to narrate the entire story. The elephant said, the gentleman of the jungle, he said, he did not want to waste the time, but come to the matter quickly. The elephant said, the man invited him to occupy the hut because there was a torrential rain and a hurricane. Hurricane would have taken the hut away, or hut would have been blown away by a hurricane. On such occasion, the man invited the elephant to occupy the undeveloped space in the hut so that hut could be protected. So the elephant said this, and he also said it was his duty to protect the interest of the man. And he said that job would have done by anybody, any responsible person under such circumstances. After this much is said, the man was called to give his evidence. The man began to speak, but the members of the commission stopped him, cut short him. He was asked a question. Dear man, we have heard everything already. Be precise or confine yourself to the point. Only answer us. They asked him a question. Was the undeveloped space in your hut occupied by anyone else before the elephant occupied its position? Look at this question. Man has to answer. He has to be precise. He can't elaborate. Now he has to say yes or no to it. Man innocently said, whatever it is. He said, no, but. The moment man said no, but, the members of the Commission of Inquiry stopped him completely. Yes, we got the answer. We are ready for the judgment. What was the question asked to him? Was the space occupied by the elephant was occupied by anyone else before it occupied it? Obviously, man said no. He would have said, yes, I occupied it before it occupied, but he did not think anything beyond. So he only said no, but he wanted to say something actually, but he was stopped. After this much is heard, the Commission of Inquiry declared its statement or judgment. They said, dear good man, this dispute has arisen because of the backwardness of your ideas. The elephant was right to occupy the hut to save the hut being blown away by a hurricane. That's the reason why you build another hut. You build a hut for yourself, which is in a suitable place, and we will see that you are protected. This was the judgment. The man could not argue further because all these animals were powerful. They would be angry upon man. So he accepted this inevitably because he did not have any alternative. So he built another hut. As soon as he built another hut, another animal occupied it. Rhinoceros came and occupied it. Once again, the man went to the commission, a royal commission, assembled and gave the judgment once again in favor of the animal which occupied the hut. It went on like that. Man was once again told that he should build another hut in a safer or better suitable site that will be protected. He built another hut. It was occupied by buffalo. He built another hut. It was occupied by hyena. He built another hut. Just like that, he went on building a hut that once again was occupied by one or the other animal. It went on like that. Every time a commission of inquiry gave judgment in favor of the elephant or animals. So man thought it would not go on like that. So he felt one should not be fooled always. One can be fooled one time, but not always. Now he thought of something else. All these huts which were built already are beginning to decay. That's the reason why the man wanted to build a bigger and better hut this time, because he knew once again the animals are going to occupy the hut. This time man built a bigger and better hut at some distance in the jungle. As soon as he built the hut, all other animals came to occupy, and they occupied. Since the hut was bigger, it accommodated more and more animals this time. All these animals came in and began to dispute or quarrel or fight for their spaces in the hut. The lion, rhinoceros, elephant, buffalo, hyena, alligator, many animals kept coming and occupying, and they were also fighting for their place. Man saw that these animals were fighting for their positions. Having seen this, the man decided that he must do what he thought to do. He put the fire to the hut and burnt the hut and burnt all the animals to ashes, including the jungle law. Then he went on to say, peace is costly, but worth the expense. And he lived happily thereafter. This is the story. What does this story mean? Is the story just about a man or elephant or the jungle animals, or is it something beyond that? You will know more about this story in the second video when we analyze this story, taking up some important lines from the story. Key words and key sentences will be discussed in order to interpret the story. Until then, read this story from your textbook and be ready for the next video. Thank you for watching and keep waiting for the next video to come. Thank you.